Hello everyone, Ross the music teacher here. This week I just wanted to do a video to get you guys thinking about something that is gonna happen, making mistakes on your guitar. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna have to accept it now. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how to deal with it and how to actually make it work for you and turn practice and playing to perhaps just a little bit more fun. Before we get into that, check out my website, musicandguitarlessons.com. You can become a supporting student. That means I have more time to make videos for you guys, and maybe I'll start putting out videos again more than once a week. You also get access to my fretboard games that I designed, as well as my PDF collection, which includes my books. You can also find my books on Amazon, purchase them there. Great way to keep this channel rolling, and a way to spread free music education around the world, because this is going to be free forever. I am removing any sort of paywall to any content that I have. Everything's going to be free. Okay guys, so let's talk about how to deal with mistakes. The first tip, and this one is very, very important. The third one's the most important, but this one is very, very important, and that's to not stop. So when you stop, and this includes the practice room as well as the performance. When you stop, that's your second mistake. You've just doubled your mistakes. So let's think about this in a kind of a practical type of way and talk about how you can structure your practice so that you don't always automatically stop when you make a mistake, which is an easy habit to build. 1, in the practice room, you have to set your start point and your end point, and you have to go from one to the next, doing your best not to stop. Now your start point and end point can be set anywhere in the piece of music or the song that you're playing, and you go from start to end a number of times so that you get better at what it is you're working on. But don't stop in between, because if you stop, what happens is you train this little person in your mind that hits that emergency stop button, and it becomes almost like a reflex. And that reflex, if you hit it in front of people, I will tell you it's pretty mortifying. I've done it. It's going to happen probably anyways, but start building the habit of not stopping because of mistakes in the practice room. All right, the next tip, this one kind of goes hand in hand, but it's not exactly the same, and that's to work on your poker face. The poker face is essential. A lot of the times when you're playing, either people haven't heard what you're playing already, if they're just getting to know you, or if they're listening to classical guitar, because most people don't listen to classical guitar, or even if you're playing a cover, you know, people play things just slightly different than one another for popular songs and covers. Now, if you make a mistake, there's a small chance that it's not even going to sound bad. I mean, some mistakes actually do sound good. And even if it is a mistake that sounds bad, don't alert people to your mistake with, you know, what you're doing. The issue here is kind of twofold. First off, if you make them a face and you look really bummed out, people are going to know that you made a mistake where they otherwise might not have known. Second off, you are now living in the past, and you're probably about to make more mistakes because your mind is now focusing on a mistake that you just made, which is in the past, and you can't undo it. So you have to stay ahead of your music. So that brings me to my third and final and most important point here, and this is kind of not only just damage control, but this also goes for preventing mistakes, at least in my personal experience. And I'm not the best performer on the planet, so, you know, take this for what it is, but this has produced good results for me, and that's to always count. Just don't not count. There you go. That's the number 1 rule. You need to be counting your rhythms, even on stuff you have memorized. Count the rhythms. What happens is your mind becomes more focused. You're more engaged in the music. You'll actually hear things that you didn't hear before. I mean, it's just beyond a doubt just the most amazing thing to do as a player, but it's also going to keep you ahead of your music, so you're driving your music forward. And if you make a mistake, that's okay, because you're counting and your momentum is this way. And that is the ultimate kind of secret for it. So guys, let me know if you have any tips for dealing with mistakes. I know there are some seasoned musicians watching this channel now. So you guys let me know, even beginner musicians, this is a subject that I think is really, everyone's kind of qualified to chime in on, and maybe even tell us if you're running some experiments in the practice room to help you deal with your mistakes. And always remember this, music is supposed to be fun. So if you make a mistake, like I do, even in some of my videos, I don't even, I really don't edit out a lot of mistakes unless it gets in the way of the video. It's funny, it's fun, we're having fun here, just laugh at yourself. There are a lot of people that end up really running themselves through the ringer because they put so much emotional stock into the mistakes they make, and that is another mistake you can make, right? So don't multiply your mistakes, just make the ones that you are going to make. Allow yourself to make them, because you have to make them before you get good. So don't view them so negatively. All right, guys, let us know what you think. Otherwise, happy practice.